Today I'm sharing one thrift flip and 2 DIY signs that I'm using Dollar Tree products for, and it's part of my summer porch refresh. On this channel, I love to share DIYs and budget home decor, and if we haven't met yet, my name is Lisa and this is our gray house. Before we get started with the DIYs, I wanted to share that this video is part of the 4th Friday Open Challenge playlist. The theme this month is summer, and this is a challenge that I do every single month with my friend Sarah from Jujube DIY, and I'm so happy to announce that this month's Spotlight Crafter is Tammie from the Rusted Willow. And I'm gonna have a link to, I've met both of these ladies in person. They're amazing ladies. I hope you subscribe to their channel. The link to their channels and the playlist is gonna be in the description box below. I hope you check it out and share the love. Starting off with a wood round sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm just taking off the tag, and I am taking off that jute twine. I always save the jute twine because you never know when you can use it for something else. I'm staining this, the reason I'm wearing blue gloves is because I'm staining this with Waverly Wax in the color Antique. I just paint it on and then I take a damp scrap piece of cloth and wipe it off. And yeah, I could probably just use the scrap piece of cloth and apply it that way, kind of, you know, knock out a step. But anyway, this is how I'm doing it today. And if you'll notice, there is, like when it's dry, you can see that little rectangle shape kind of on there. Just be careful when you're creating something that's not going to affect your overall design, I guess. I'm using painter's tape to mark off where I'm going to be painting. Y'all know I don't measure, and this ends up not being perfect, but you know what? I mean, it's okay. It all works out. I'm taking some Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss, and I'm just going to be painting inside of those 2 blue lines. Blue painter tape lines. Everybody's favorite part is the reveal. I always pull off my painter's tape before it is completely dry, or even before it's like very dry at all, because I just don't want it sticking and creating any other issues for me. I did make a decal. I saw this on Whiskey and Wit. I'm going to have a link to her video in the description box below. But I'm just adding this decal to the front, and I'm using Expressions vinyl paper transfer tape. Whitney has mentioned it and used it time and time again on her channel. I started using it and I really, really do love it. I feel like it's so much less sticky and it doesn't pull up paint or anything like that. So I've just applied the decal, and if you didn't notice, the little dot from the exclamation point didn't quite make it over. I found it, and now I'm just gonna kind of transfer that on right now. I could have used painters, like a paint pen, but anyway, there you go. So now I'm making a bow, and I'm just putting it in the shape of an awareness ribbon and then kind of pinching in the middle. And that's how I'm making this bow. That's how I make a lot of my bows. But I don't make that many bows, so calm down. Then I'm wrapping some jute twine around the middle and kind of just putting it where I like it. And then I'm gonna hot glue it down, and now I'm gonna be adding some lamb's ear, just a few little pieces to each side at the top, just to kind of add a little extra. And I get my lamb's ear from Hobby Lobby when it's on sale, in the his and her section. That's the wedding section. It goes on sale for 50% off. It's much cheaper than buying it in the regular sections. Trust me. Oh, Crafty DIYs on a Budget is the group that I run with my friend Sarah from Jujube DIY. I'm going to have a link to it in the description box below. I really, really want you to join, and I really, really want you to post the crafts and DIYs and projects that you are working on, because I would absolutely love to see them. Okay, back to the show. So DIY number 2. I had this painting. Y'all don't hate on me for doing this, but I was like, I'm just going to paint over the painting because this was in trash. It was in the trash at somebody's house. And so I was like, I'm just going to paint over this and make a sign. And I was using Rust-Oleum's chalk paint, Ultramatte paint in the color Linen. And, you know, here I am just starting to paint on. Now, of course, the texture on the canvas is not smooth, but I wasn't going to let that bother me. And here I am printing out the decal that's going to go onto this sign, and I'm just using my Cricut to do it. So then I have just one coat on there, and I'm like, I don't know. I flipped it over and I was like, wait a minute. I could use this side of the sign, of the painting thing. I mean, it has the look I was wanting. Anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm going for it. So it had these little nails kind of just holding in the picture. And so I just made sure that they were in there and not going to fall out. And then I took some Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster. And I'm just using a chippy brush and kind of dry brushing. I'm not trying to give it a super thick coat. I'm just trying to make sure that there's white paint kind of in there. And I'm not even going to the edges. I don't want to go to the edges on this. So then I'm going to lay down the decal that I made, and it's Let's Make the Most of This Beautiful Day by Fred Rogers. If you didn't know who that was, you know, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Anyway, I'm using, again, that paper transfer tape from Expressions Vinyl, and as you're like transferring it to the transfer tape, not all of it sticks down. So you see me having to kind of press some of it down so that it stays. And yeah, I like it though. So what I'm doing, because this is a big sign, I'm just cutting away some of that paper transfer tape so it's just not bulky in the way as I'm trying to remove the backing. Now I'm just pulling back the transfer tape, and I'm just being careful because some of the letters don't stick to the sign, and that's okay. We just gotta kind of push them down a little bit. I'm just trying to be careful, and I'm pressing down and just going slowly and not trying to, you know, rush anything because we're not in a rush. I'll do a reveal at the end, but let's move on to DIY number 3. I'm taking these two signs. See how it's kind of bowed there? You got to watch that with the Dollar Tree signs because not all of them are going to be flat. Not all of them are going to be, you know, perfectly even and symmetrical. So anyway, I'm just taking off the jute twine. Again, I save these because I make signs and I can use them later. And I'm taking my square tool and I'm just kind of lining it up. I'm trying to cut right beneath that rabbit cutout, and so I'm just marking it so I know where to saw, and I do the same thing for the other piece. I cut it off using my miter saw, and I'll set that aside. And because those two pieces were kind of bowed, I want to make sure that they're all bowing the same way, and so that I'm not trying to like work against itself, trying to work with it. And I'm going to be using these painter's sticks, and I'll cut them off so they all look, you know, like neat. But I'm going to use those to glue the sign together. I'm taking wood glue. Yes, I need more wood glue. I am like scraping the bottom of the barrel on this. But I'm just applying wood glue to the painter's sticks. And I'm going to put one in the middle. And then I'm using some chalk paint to hold it down and keep it, you know, firm down. And then I put the other two on the ends. And now I'm taking some, I don't know if it's like wood trim or what, but I'm just kind of seeing how wide it is with Sox's help. You can see it trying to help you there. And I'm using painter's tape because I'm going to be painting the inside of the sign. I want to leave the edges unpainted because I'm going to be using wood glue later, and wood glue works best when you're applying it raw wood to raw wood. Now I'm taking some Waverly chalk paint in the color Moss, and I'm just giving it a good coat on the inside. And now everybody's favorite part, just that pulling back that reveal. Again, don't let you can let your paint dry all the way, but I wouldn't recommend it because if it starts to just like stick together and then it starts pulling up paint, and you just don't want that happening. And yeah, it's already looking cute. Now I'm taking this wood trim. This is a 1/4 inch by 1 inch. And I'm staining only the front and the sides with Waverly Wax in the color Antique. I'm leaving that bottom portion raw wood because, again, I'm going to be gluing those to the sign. And now I'm taking, I'm just pouring the glue out on this little cutting mat thing that I use and using my fingers. Yes, I need more wood glue. I meant to pick some up the other day, but hey, I'm trying to use all that I have and not waste it. And now I've glued it to the thing, and I'm using all those paint cans and stuff to adhere it down. So I pointed out a second ago that the E is missing on this decal that I printed out using my Cricut. And yeah, I forget what happened to it, but we'll fix it in just a second. And I'm trying to actually use my ruler to make sure it's centered-ish. You know, I just eyeball it mostly. Now I'm pulling back the paper transfer tape again, and you know, as you notice, no paint's coming up or anything like that, but the E is missing. So I had printed out another E, figured out how to just like get the E by itself without having to reprint out the whole decal. And so I'm putting it on here. As you can see, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Nobody ever knows that it wasn't there in the first place. I thought it looked a little plain. After a discussion with my design team that consists of my daughters and my sisters, we decided that I needed to add a little bit more to this sign. So I'm just making a line all the way around, kind of like a border. And I'm going to go in with some Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster, possibly in the color white. I can't remember now. Probably white. And anyway, I'm just going all the way around, kind of trying to center my paintbrush on that line and going all the way around. All right, big reveal, or big porch refresh. So just taking a little brush, and I really need to power wash my entire porch, but I'm not doing it today. I took down the old sign that I had, which was an Easter sign. I'm embarrassed to say, but now I'm putting up that one sign. I'm putting up the hello there sign on my front door. I'm putting up my pillows. I was gonna put that one little sign over there. Oh, I'm just arranging some flowers. Isn't that cute? Got those from Hobby Lobby, 50% off. So that little sign I was actually going to put on the ground. I'd seen an idea on Pinterest, and I thought it looked so cute, but it's not going to go there. It's actually going to go over here. Took off that Hello Spring sign, and I'm picking up my pillows because they're dirty and they need to be washed, and trying to brush everything down. I live by a very busy street, so it gets kind of dirty. I had to take that screen door and put it down so that I could hang up the sign, hanging it up and putting everything back, putting some pillows just for added decor, and that's how it turned out. Here is how it all turned out. This is my let's make the most of this beautiful day. It's a quote by Fred Rogers. I love how it turned out, and I feel like I need to put something in that corner there. Haven't decided yet what I want to do. Those yellow pillows really pop off that white church pew bench that we got for free. That milk jug is from Lowe's. The Hello welcome mat is from Target. And here's my oh hello there sign. I think it just looks great on my front door. I just really love it. It's nice and simple, you know, not too much going on with that. So the life is better on the porch sign. It's too small for the space. I was originally going to put like a giant H there, and I didn't do that. So life is better on the porch is going here for now. I think it turned out super cute, and it's going to look cute where I wanted to put it. So I'll show you that when I do it. So check my Instagram for those posts. I added those Adirondack chairs are made by my dad. So was that table. Added some pillows for a pop of color. Yeah, I love how it turned out. And thank y'all so much for watching my video today. I really do appreciate the company, and I really do enjoy sharing all of my DIYs and crafting and decor ideas with y'all. So don't forget, if you want to follow me here on YouTube or over on Instagram, it's Our Gray House, but just don't follow me in real life though, because that's creepy. Bye!